I've been trying to sell these glasses for a while. The first time I put them on eBay, eBay took them off. I tried to sell them on ePeer, but I got a bunch of fake bids. So I'm going to try this one more time. Click that link. If this doesn't work for whatever reason, then I'm just going to have to sell them outright and not give everyone a chance to bid on them. I apologize. So, in the wake of my recent video responses to how the world works, I have incited the ire of the free market advocates who now routinely characterize my positions starting with the words, "Well, you want the government to force blibbity blibbity blue." Force! That is an interesting word, don't you think? Force. May the force be with you. A force to be reckoned with. Taken by force. Very powerful word, force. Recently, a YouTube user and anarchist thinker by the name of Luke 12,000 said that I want to force people to use alternative fuels. This is wrong. This is just flat out wrong. I never advocated any such thing. What I advocate is quite simply that the government fund research to make alternative fuels more cost-effective. Then, and only then, they should incentivize automakers to begin the transition to making vehicles that are powered by these alternative fuels. And at that point, it should be put into the hands of the free market. We pretty much know that once alternative fuels are less expensive than gasoline, people will naturally choose them over gasoline. And that is what I advocate. Forcing people to switch over to alternative fuels before they're cost-effective is idiocy. And anyone who thought that that was my position is a fool. Now, Luke 12,000 also seems to make the constant assumption that I advocate the use of violence against those who don't cooperate with government power. First of all, I don't advocate violence against anyone, by anyone, for any reason, unless your survival is being threatened by an aggressor. I don't believe that the use of violence is called for or permissible. I apply this set of ethics to individuals, to institutions, and to governments. Now, about the idea of government power. Government power is something that exists in authoritarian states like the one we live in now, where the government can tell you what kind of drugs you can do, who you can sleep with, and what you have to pay for. You know, I can't smoke a joint legally, even though I don't really want to. I can't marry another man, even though I don't really want to, but I do have to end up paying for stupid-ass wars in Iraq and shit like that, even though I don't really fucking want to. I believe that if I want to smoke a joint, I should be able to smoke a joint. If I want to marry a man, I should be able to marry a fucking man. If I don't want to pay for some dumbass war, I certainly shouldn't have to do that. I don't believe in government power. I don't want the government to be something that is separate and above ordinary citizens. I want it to be made up of ordinary citizens, and I want it to be below ordinary citizens. Violence and coercion, in my opinion, have little place in governance. I don't view the government as a body whose job it is to lord over the people. I view the government as a body whose job it is to serve the people. Now, that being said, do I believe that the government should force giant corporations not to pour mercury in our rivers and streams and our oceans? Yes. Certainly. I also believe that the fire department should force buildings not to be on fire, and that whatever law enforcement agency is set up in my hypothetical utopia, they should force murderers to go to jail, and they should force thieves to pay back the people that they've ripped off. I don't advocate force just on principle in a vacuum regardless of context. I endorse force in a very specific set of context. Shooting someone in the head for no reason is excessive. Shooting someone in the head because they're trying to kill your children is fairly reasonable. So using force and coercion to make a business adhere to some arbitrary rule, that is force that I am against. But using force and coercion to make a giant corporation not do business with bloodthirsty third world dictators, or not pollute our streams and rivers, or not accept blood money, or to actually recall products that are dangerous even if it's not cost effective, I am willing to endorse force in those instances. Amazing Atheist, peace the fuck out.